Mic on. Yes, it's the mic on. Full time period.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
sir.
sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, Professor.
Sir, can we wait for 2, 3 more minutes so people are keep on joining?
No issues, I can wait.
We are just waiting for 2, 3 more minutes and then we'll start with our session.
No issues. Wonderful.
Thank you so much, sir. अभी मैं लगा दूंगी जब प्रोग्राम शुरू होगा, ठीक है ना सर? वरना वो इको करेगा. Sir, shall we proceed?
Yes, yeah, I can. I can start.
Sure, sir.
A very warm good morning to everyone. I am Mr. Vikram, Assistant Professor and co-host for this session. Our today's guest is Mr. B. Parameshwar Babu. Now I request respected Principal Madam to welcome our today's resource person.
Thank you, Mr. Vikram. Good morning and very warm greetings to everyone present here. It gives me an immense pleasure and great honor to extend a very warm welcome to our distinguished guests and esteemed resource person for today's session of the International Faculty Development Program, Mr. Parameshwar Babu, a renowned academician and thought leader in the field of education and teacher development. I also would like to give a brief introduction of our today's speaker. Sir is graduated in instrumentation engineering and began to establish a technology company which is known as Param. He is a visionary come investor whose initiative led to the mushrooming of internet cafe in all over India. Sir, we all know that internet was very expensive till 2000, and because of your efforts and contribution in this area, we all are accessing the internet facility on a very reduced prices. During 2017, Sir was interviewed by Jim Beach, a renowned American radio host and author in FM radio program that was broadcasted across 15 cities in USA, and he labeled Parameshwar Babu as father of internet cafe revolution. I also would like to mention that Sir created internet security softwares, products named Internet Cop and Net Minister, that enabled thousands of schools and colleges in India to provide secure internet access to students and staff. He has been frequently invited by various committees of several NGOs run by retired senior government bureaucrats, where his mentorship is being sought for conception and implementation of social projects. His advisory role is also recognized by State Planning Commission of Tamil Nadu government, and he was awarded as accredited mentor by City and Guilds, London and Belfast. Sir contributed significantly to the advancement of education through his dynamic involvement in research and academic leadership. His vast experience and scholarly pursuits reflect a deep commitment to excellence and innovation in teaching and learning. He has served in various academic and administrative capacities and has been associated with numerous faculty enrichment programs, curriculum development initiatives, and policy-making forums. With expertise in areas such as education, ICT integration, educational research, and institutional quality enhancement, Dr. Parameshwar brings a wealth of knowledge and forward-looking vision to this session. He has not only mentored schools and educators, but also actively contributed to national educational bodies, steering academic conversation that align with the objectives of the national education policy. His ability to connect emerging trends with practical classroom realities makes his session both relevant and impactful. We are privileged to have Sir with us today to guide us on crucial aspects of today's title, Foundational Understanding of AI in Education. I am confident that his presence will add tremendous value to this program and leave each one of us inspired and better informed. On behalf of the management of Cordia Group of Educational Institutes, faculty and students, I extend our heartfelt and respectful welcome to Dr. Parameshwar Babu, and thank you, sir, for joining us virtually and for your commitment to advancing the cause of quality education. Now the session is to you, sir. Kindly proceed.
Thank you, Dr. Rajani, for the introduction. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see so many faculty members logging in on Sunday morning. This shows the spirit of Cordia College, that the commitment to learning. So today I'll start my session, and let me start sharing the screen. Just, I hope everyone can see my screen.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah, wonderful. So today's topic, transforming education through AI and emerging technologies. Basically, how AI is going to change the role of educators, professors, and teachers. So that will be the focus of today's topic. Obviously, I think most of you are already aware of, today everybody uses ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and all similar tools. So with that background, let me share a complete overview of how the transformation has already started and how it is going to shape up in the years to come. So currently, I'm a startup accelerator. I'm in a portfolio of a lot of technology companies. I'm involved in development of AI even today. Uh, so, and automating learning process. I have extensive, prior experience. So, with that knowledge, let me share my thoughts. Obviously, everybody knows that the last 2 years, the transformation of education has picked up. Prior to that, as early as 2006, the alternative to blackboard or a means of educating students beyond blackboard was already ripening. I was involved in creating first of its kind learning management system, what we call it as LMS. So that transformation, that digital transformation started probably more than 2 decades. But recent times, the role of AI is actually bringing in a much uh, profound transformation. So this innovation, especially with AI and digital automation, the teaching and learning models are frantically changing. One major benefit that you will see is personalization of training at a larger scale is possible. Engagement at a larger scale is very much possible. Very simple. You might ask, I also believe that if you have one-to-one conversation with the student, there is no real match for it. But with a country like India, with a large population, sometimes it is very difficult for a teacher or a professor to deliver personalization for, say, for a classroom of 20 to 40 students. Every day you can't spend time, you don't have, you have hardly 6 to 8 hours, and when you have 20 to 40 students, even if you spend 1 hour, one day is not sufficient. So personalization on a daily basis is needed for a student, and engagement is needed. This is where AI can assist. So AI, you don't have to look at AI as a replacement. Rather, it can actually reduce the burden for the educator. So today's presentation, I will give, I will cover in two format. How, AI is actually shaping up by giving you a series of points. Later, the later in the session, I will also tell you with specific examples. The sense when you use specific tools, how the how it can really reduce the burden for the educator. So it is AI in education will be a catalyst, obviously. And when you say change, there are, unfulfilled challenges in this field of education. For a country like India with a large population, and you're also aware that the population will stop growing. In that case, we will have to train the youngsters with the aging factor in mind. So, and because of the complication with regard to the demographics, uh, India is a combination of urban and rural landscape. Because of large distances, you need to make sure that individual student needs are addressed, whether they are in the main metros or far off towns. For example, this your own institution, Cardia, is little bit away from the main city like Chandigarh, but still you have to give the state of art education to the students. So with with the help of AI, all these things would be possible. And the first important foundation that we need to see is personalized learning paths. It's very difficult, as I said. Uh, one cannot, a teacher cannot read minds of 20 or 40 students, but AI can do it. It can continuously monitor and it can consolidate that information and give it to the teacher. Once this consolidation happens, the role of teacher would be to get a overview of 20 to 30 students. You can categorize the students quickly, and later on you can have one-to-one conversation. If you have to discover every student in the classroom by one-to-one conversation, that will be almost impossible. So this is the challenge that our country is facing because of its large population and scattered thousands of kilometers. And this personalized learning path will revolutionize the way the education is imparted. Now let's look at how this kind of personalization is possible. When a student is undergoing or submitting assignments or doing assessments, when you have AI-driven tools will have the algorithms that will analyze the individual performance of students. AI tool can identify specific gaps and also specific strengths in a student. Based on that, AI can provide recommendation for modifying the content and other resources, and also to modify the learning pace. The educator can use these tools and even fine-tune the AI to better personalization. Because of personalization, these platforms are leading to adaptive learning. These platforms can adjust in real time to students' progress. Apart from that, it can provide immediate specific feedback on exercises. And you can also create customized challenges, customized assignments, depending on a type of challenges a student is facing, so that there will be more engagement and retention of learning. On top of LMS, intelligent tutoring systems can provide on-demand support on an ongoing basis. It can solve this problem of availability of time. As I said before, when you have more students, you will find better time to customize. You can probably provide prompts to the AI engine. As many of you have used ChatGPT, basically ChatGPT can deliver better, or it can, based on the type of prompt that you provide, you can get high quality output. So it's not that because of ChatGPT and Google Gemini, humans are replaced. In fact, the kind of prompts humans provide and the mundane tasks can be taken over by AI tools. So this intelligent tutoring systems, what they do, they can answer specific questions instantly, as you would have used GPT systems. They can actually explain complex concept in multiple ways. You can ask them the ITS to till you understand. You can keep raising more and more queries. ITS can continuously provide answers till a student is satisfied. And when you are trying to solve a problem, it can provide indirect hints. Without giving direct answers, it can go through a longer path so that there is a continuous engagement and the understanding of a particular problem gets better. So when I talk about these things like ITS, even though the generic tools like ChatGPT, Google Gemini are there, but the learning systems that I'm talking about, AI-driven learning systems, they may have a front-end interface, but behind the scenes, they will be driven by ChatGPT kind of systems. Immersive learning with ITS. Many ITS tools can provide simulations of real-world scenarios. So when a student wants to understand a complex theoretical topic, it can provide a simulated content, combination of graphic and videos that gives a more practical experience to the students. Because of this, a student gets better understanding through active hands-on engagement. And third most important thing, after the assessment is done, automation of assessment and feedback. AI can streamline this process of assessment. It can free up valuable time for teachers. AI for efficient grading. when you have different types of assignments like multiple choice questions, essays, and also a coding type of questions, A can grade it. It can consistently provide the in a very objective way. This way, there is a huge reduction of burden for the educators, especially in large classrooms. Today, you classify a student's performance in terms of A grade, B grade, or C grade, or D grade. But these grades may not provide or may not reveal specific internal issues or specific qualities of a student. But AA can do that. They can provide a very detailed description and also provide feedback. Because of this, customized feedback, it is possible for an educator to identify specific problem areas and provide an opportunity to students, help students to improve further. This can actually transform a student's life in a much better way. Otherwise, without AI, considering a large classroom situation, it will be very, very difficult for an educator to do it without the help of this modern tool. The fourth point, obviously, with the availability of AR and VR, the engagement can go to the next level. In a typical institution, field trips happen, say, once in 3 or 4 months. But with AR and VR, you can have on a daily basis, you can have maybe 1 hour of simulated field trip. So imagine, engaging students on a daily basis by providing visual and other sensory feelings like touch and feeling objects, touching and interacting with the objects in a three-dimensional world. This is what AR and VR could do, and this can help students understand and register new topics much more faster than pure text-based or blackboard-based learning. So some of the examples are AR and VR. As I mentioned before, one can organize field trips to historical sites or very, very distant locations, thousands of kilometers away. They can also provide simulations for complex scientific experiments. For example, when you are dealing with the effect of spacecraft, or experiencing how a drone behaves under different wind conditions, it's very much possible. An important thing for India to catch up, there is always a strong need for vocational skills. The big difference between India and China, the last 20-25 years, China was somehow able to build strong vocational skills. If you remember, there was a video circulated some 6 or 7 years ago. Someone was asking CEO of Apple, why are they outsourcing a lot of manufacturing to China instead of doing it in the US? And the CEO simply said, at that point of time, the depth and the variety of vocational skills needed for manufacturing mobile phones and laptops was only available in China and not anywhere else. Obviously, today, some part of the jobs are coming to India, but to really compete with China in a much bigger way, we need to build strong vocational skills. Even with a lot of prestigious institutions like IIT, I've interacted with professors across various departments in prestigious institutions like the IITs. They openly told me that they, even though we have a lot of research capabilities, we don't have the kind of vocational skills, especially in the space like semiconductors, to compete with China. It is going to take several years to solve this problem, and India has to really ramp up this, in terms of skilling in the vocational world. So this is where AR and VR can help in creating vocational skills in a shorter span of time. Without this, this is going to India may never be able to catch up with the competition is not only from China today. We are also facing competition from countries like Vietnam, Thailand, Philippines, and even Malaysia for that matter. Data-driven insights. When thousands of students are submitting assignments, there is always a lot of pressure on the teacher. And sometimes it is not possible to remember or retain information about what every student is doing. This is where data-driven insights from AI tools, you will be able to have it permanently, and a teacher can anytime open it and identify specific issues with students. So before I go to this pedagogic strategies, let me show you. I will stop. I want to share another screen and show you how there are some illustrations. Some of the tools, when you have these capabilities, what I've been able to show on a theoretical slides, I will now show you some of the tools that I've been able to put into use in real world. So this was a e-learning system which I've created almost, I'd say, 2 decades ago. I'll show you some of the screens. So it will ask a person to register and log in with the username and password. And once a student is logged in, it shows you need to take up an assessment, and the time limit is 30 minutes. And it also shows how many candidates have attempted earlier. There will be a series of MCP questions, multiple choice questions. As you can see, it will provide choices, visual choices sometimes, or textual choices. The questions can be of different types, and a time counter will be running. they need to finish this assignment, say within 30 minutes, 20 questions within 30 minutes. And once they submit their answers, educator can log in and see the list of results. They can see, they can download all the students' results in Excel file or text file. They can sort it out by first name, last name. They can also sort by the amount of time taken, and also the grades of students. They can sort it out who are the top scorers. So this is what I was telling. The kind of automation you can do with this assessment tool. For example, if more than nearly 300 candidates have taken the assignment, and you see the list of names and also the when did they submit, at what point of time they started the exam, total time taken, and the grades. And you can also, from the alphabetical order, you can click on the name, or you can click on a particular starting letter and see the list of students under, say, if you want to see the list of students starting with the letter B, you can click on B. You'll be able to sort through. So when you have thousands of students, you can sort through their submissions very easily. And even though I told you about automated grading, educator can click on, say, regrade. If they feel there is an issue with the automation, they can modify the grades. They can do manual grading as well. And they can click on an item analysis, say they want to see a particular student, say Rajesh, and see how they have answered a question number 10. They'll be able to click on it. So the important thing is that this assessment creation can be done by the teacher. They can upload a combination of text, images, and videos. And once the material is created by the teacher, the AI engine will take care of delivering the content, combination of text, images, and videos. And the grading also can be done subsequently. So now I'll go back to the pedagogical part. So I just wanted to make sure that when I cover some theoretical aspects of AI, I just wanted to share some screens. That's why I was showing this. Now let's go back to the so as I mentioned, with these tools you can run a cohort, and AI will be able to identify different trends. The beautiful thing about this is it's not only for once you have covered, say, a series of assignments and assessments, say 5 to 6 assignments and assessments, it is AI engine may be able to predict who are the students who might be at risk or who can excel. This may help the educators and the management to group the students and provide a different pathway. For example, for slow learners, you can have separate sessions. For fast learners, you can give them more difficult challenges. So that kind of categorization is very much possible It can create new pedagogical strategies for educators. So, because of this, how do we shape up our future? Today, obviously, with the faculty development program, you are gaining different insights during these 7 days of faculty development program. So, and this kind of comprehensive training will have to continue. And teacher also would have to have uh, understand what I mean by AI literacy is that you also need to have ethical considerations. While AI tools are there, intervention is also needed. You need to continuously monitor, and wherever human intervention is needed, that has to be done. That is where the role of educator will be. So when you have educators use these tools on an ongoing basis, there will be a professional developments. The tools are going to change. New tools are going to come. The next 5-6 years, the tools are not going to remain static. Every few years, you have to invest. Institutions have to invest on new tools, and do based on these workshops like these. It doesn't. You don't have to stop with the faculty development program like this. You have to either purchase or acquire some tools and use them on an ongoing basis. So look AI as a collaborative partner. You can actually automate a lot of administrative tasks. It can free up a lot of time. As you might have heard, last couple of years, there has been a lot of talk around the world to reduce the number of working days. Either 5 days or 6 days, that has been the practice in our country. But some countries have started experimenting with just 4 working days. There is also an extreme discussions like to reduce the number of working days in a week to 3 days. So whether it is going to happen immediately or not, after 10 to 15 years, different parts of the world are going to transition to less number of working days. You may be shocked. Why is it? It's because AI is going to free up time, and humans can, re-energize themselves. What is the purpose of going for a vacation? You take time off and go for holidays. That is actually AI is going to help in a much bigger way, because mundane administrative tasks AI and automation is going to handle, and it's going to handle more and more. And because of that, whether it is educator or any employee for that matter, all humans will get more spare time. And that spare time, they can focus on more creative works. When humans get more spare time, they become more creative. They start solving much bigger problems. So this is how the world is transforming, not only in the field of education, in every field. AI will become a collaborator, and this will free up precious human time. And once we get more human time, if you use it judiciously, humans can become more creative and more productive for the environment as well. In terms of content creation, how AI can augment teaching. It can obviously help you create materials lessons much faster, and it can provide a differentiation of instruction. Instead of just delivering the same instruction to say 20 to 40 students, you'll be able to deliver different instructions depending on the type of student that you are encountering. So again, I would like to repeat, AI will be a powerful assistant, not a replacement. Humans will definitely, there will be a human value. So with the help of AI, the digital fluency can be faster, much efficiently. You'll be able to acquire this expertise faster, and also you'll be able to, monitor the limitations and create work around accordingly. So apart from personalization, as I've said, the coming generation is much easier to develop this mindset of adaptation and innovation. When you are freed from the mundane administrative tasks, you can focus on continuous adaptation and innovation. Use these tools as an opportunity for growth, because you need to evolve. It's not that AI has made you jobless. It is actually helping you to focus on other areas of development. Obviously, there is always a risk factor in terms of ethical guidelines and responsible use. This is, in fact, will be an ongoing battle the world is already undergoing. You need to, work together with the other stakeholders for developing clear, actionable guidelines in terms of ethical use of AI. And another aspect is data privacy and bias. Sometimes when you give misleading prompts, AI can also provide obnoxious content, and that's where human intervention is very important. One good thing is AI systems can create a more transparent system. They need to understand this is going to drive more student autonomy, but it is also going to help in critical thinking. So this kind of transformation, instead of just focusing on merely delivering content and doing assessments, educators' role should focus more on how you create better student autonomy and also enable critical thinking. So this is a very, very important transformation. Globally, it has come as a shock to the entire academia, but nevertheless, this is inevitable, and this has to be done. As I mentioned, by sharing the other screens about the different tools, these are platforms. You create a community of practice. Every student has got a username and login, username and password. They log in. Every educator has got a username and password. You become a virtual community as well. Apart from face-to-face interaction, you will be able to, continuously remain connected. And with the AI integration, with the ongoing inputs and feedback coming from the AI engines, this is going to become a community of practice by on its own. So this transformation is, as I mentioned, as everybody is aware, is a challenge, but we need to work together. There are a lot of uncertainties. In the sense, if every student starts using ChatGPT, they are trying to, submit assignments through ChatGPT, and how do we assess? This is where personalization and human intervention is needed from time to time. The fact that students are able to complete much faster with tools, but today there are tools coming up changing the nature of the assignment, so that whatever they do, obviously some part of the assignment, tools like GPT may help the student to take up the shortcut, but it is a responsibility. This is going to be a challenge on the teachers to do, like for example, you have one-to-one conversation from time to time and see whether a student has really undergone critical thinking. Start questioning, do random interactions, run random challenges, and see the body language and how they react. So this is how, on top of all the AI, there should be always eye to eye interaction on top of the AI engine. So in terms of how AI works, you might have heard a lot of buzzwords and understandings. Like for example, machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing. AI works. One critical part of the current, what we call LLM, large language models, that is the driving force behind ChatGPT and Google Gemini. This is actually the driving engine. Today, AI is able to understand human language. AI can understand English, Hindi, Punjabi, or Tamil, or it can understand all languages now. So because of that, it is able to, read through huge amount of text material and provide answers. So that's the current level of AI. For example, if you look at ChatGPT or Google Gemini, they have actually given huge amount of whatever data that has been accumulated on the internet and also from various textbooks. It is not just pure memorization. The LLM is an engine that has mapped it like a human brain. Because of that, they are able to make predictions or provide some form of decision-making skills. So, because of this LLM technology, what is the impact on the EdTech? They have become more adaptive. The learning platforms have become more adaptive, and content creation tools are available. It can, if you name any topic, you say how plants grow, write a textbook on how plants grow. AI can do it, and it can also, you tell the AI engine to create, say, 20 questions on the growth of plants. It can do. Just like that, it can, prepare questions. and you can throw up those questions to students, and after a series of assessments, it can do a predictive analytics. The sense, the subsequent, say after 6 months, who are those students who will score top ranks, who are the students who will be scoring the bottom half. All those things are all, it's pretty much easy now. The current AI tools can do it. So, as I mentioned before, this is a summary of benefits of AI. One is personalization for every student, and more efficiency, because administrative and mundane teaching tasks, AI can do it. And AI has got access to all the educational resources, all the textbooks. It is pretty much there. It has mapped it into their brain. And with all that data, it can create more engaging and interactive learning experience. But now, it is also creating other challenges. One is when it's because some of the AI tools can monitor the student's activity on an ongoing basis. It might sometimes infringe upon the data privacy and algorithm bias. Some of the AI tools might have read through certain biased textbooks, biased articles, so like left wing and right wing. So it might influence some of the materials prepared by the AI can actually misguide the students. So this, whatever humans have left it because of oversight, that will have to be, it is the role of the educators to identify and correct it. However, those who have the access to latest tools might progress much faster, and others may not be able to do it. So it might create a digital divide. But the role of educator will evolve because of this. But this evolution is very, very critical for the society. So now that's a responsibility of the educator to solve these ethical issues. Whatever the content that is generated, it is the responsibility of the educator to identify all those biases and correct it. And they also need to make sure, continuously monitor that any kind of inequality is immediately intervened and prevented in terms of content creation or material that is created. When you look at any LLM or GPT, scientists are actually surprised. They actually work like a black box. By doing random different combinations of information, they arrive at decisions. But sometimes they hallucinate. They talk about some subject which has got no meaning, as if somebody has been given a huge amount of drugs. They talk a lot of nonsense. So when you give a lot of confusing inputs, AI can, there is a risk that it will talk rubbish. So that's where human in the loop is important. Educators are like a human in the loop, this entire process. So AI is used as an augmentation, not as a replacement, I repeat. Now, I've given you a series of slides. Now, let me show you. I will not, this is one particular tool. Uh, this behind the scenes is driven by AI, but it is meant for educators. So what it contains is, once an educator logs in, they'll be able to generate multiple choice questions. They will be able to rewrite any text, and if you provide any topic, it can write, various informational text. It can go through the student work and provide feedback. Once in a while, it can also act like a game. It can create jokes, and whatever the reports that has been generated, based on the assessment that has been done, it can provide an extensive report card statements for every student. And later on, we will also see how it can take any YouTube video and create an assignment. And similar to that, it's got a whole range of things. It can also plan a series of lessons, series of assignments, and it can even create songs. So let's get into how different modules. Again, I'm not going to name this particular tool for various IP reasons. Obviously, when there is a subsequent involvement with the management of Cardia, when I have in-depth particular assignments, I may be able to tell you then how such tools are. I may be able to demonstrate some of the tools in person. But what these tools are doing, let me just give you an examples. First one, lesson planning and curriculum design. So it can, once you provide a series of topics, it will be able to create lessons in different units and based on 5 models. 5 models, nothing but engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. So this tool will make sure that you have a 5 model engagement with the students. It can also provide various instructions, and depending on the grade level, it can generate content. Another example of this feature is assessment and feedback tools. You'll be able to create, like for example, you want to create multiple choice questions, short answer, long answers, and all that. You just open this Rubik generator and tell that whether it is meant for school or college students, and provide you what is the topic it has to prepare, and it will start generating. Apart from full lesson generation, create specific content, just like what GPT is doing, but it is more towards teacher-student interaction. So it can rewrite different topics, it can summarize different topics. Suppose you want to summarize a topic of, say, a particular accounting topic in, say, 100 lines, it can do it. What is the, how does the GST law say for service providers? How GST is applicable for service provider? Summarize, say, in 100 lines, it can do it. And another interesting thing is how you can create. Suppose you find a nice YouTube video relevant to your the subject that you are delivering to your students. You can open this and then tell what is the grade level. It is for college level or first year or second year, and then how many questions you want to generate and what are the type of questions you want to generate. Just provide the YouTube link. It's just going to create all the questions and answers based on a particular YouTube video. So this way, you show a YouTube video to a student and then followed by MCQ pattern questions, and 20 or 30 students can see the video and then answer those questions. And the assessment is also taken care automatically. So with this, you'll be able to understand how your students are able to perform. And the important thing is teachers have to remain connected by continuous communications with parents, other staff. So it can generate newsletters, send email, probably generate text for the WhatsApp group, and it also has got templates for report card, comments, and progress reports as well. The one thing that even though you use, all of us use ChatGPT and Google Gemini, using your custom AI educator tool, you can create custom chatbot so that chatbot will only talk about a particular topic, say related to accounts, related to GST, or related to plant biology. So you can give specific topics and the chatbot will only talk about that. So the students will be able to engage. This will be a much safer environment than exposing them to generic chatbots like ChatGPT and Google Gemini. And obviously this is going to be the future. Engage students on a specific conversation and monitor their performance. So with regard to the pros and cons of tools like this, when you have these AI tools, you'll be able to provide, perhaps dozens and dozens of tools for teachers and students, as I mentioned before. But the main point as a consideration, the quality may not be consistent. There may be some aberrations. An educator would have to review and edit. The benefit is it is going to save plenty of hours, but caution is always needed to validate each and every output. These tools have a strong privacy and compliance and security, but there is always a possibility of oversight that will have to be, educator will have to interfere. AI will also have a student-facing interface for engagement and literacy that will save precious time for educators, but this will have to be continuously monitored and tested. So it can scale up amongst thousands and thousands of students, it can do analytics, but it will require some time. Just like prompt engineering, the educators will have to do their job of learning this tool and do the job of setting up. That might involve collaborating with other technology providers, people like me. So, as a conclusion, in this field of the transformation of education due to AI, I would say the future is collaborative. We need to create a very, very powerful synergy between teachers, technology developers, and students, and perhaps parents as well. So this collaboration will make this AI-driven education more safe and harmless. You cannot just leave it as it is unattended. If it is just thrown up to the students, there is always a risk. Without human intervention, if it is done, it can become a very, very, it can be misused. There will be unethical issues as well. So by collaborating, I hope the problems can be solved. Educators can focus on the more human elements of learning, as they will have more spare time. It will foster creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and crucial social skills. These are the things AI may not do for the foreseeable future. So, and this is where human touch will continue to provide an important role. But this is evolving. What I say today, things will change, and new tools will come, and the challenge of continuous learning, adaptability, and continuous dialogues with all the stakeholders will be very, very important. So take this with a grain of salt, and that is very much critical for harnessing AI in a fullest manner, in a very responsible manner. Let's make use of this opportunity with this technology. Let's empower students with the skills. Let's prepare them for the technology-driven world. So with this, I complete my session. If there are any Q&A, I'll be happy to answer some questions as well.
Participants, now the session is over. To resolve your queries, and if you have some questions, kindly ask. Whether you can ask directly to the sir by opening your mics, or you can even type your questions in the chat box.
Namaste, sir.
Yes, Professor.
I'm Professor Ajit Singh Rana from Ahmedabad. सर, जब हम बात करते हैं कि
Participants, do you have any query, or we proceed with the formal process of our system?
Hello.
Ajit Singh sir would like to say something, I think, because his mic is open and.
Yeah, I can hear Professor Ajit. Yeah.
Sir, जब हम बात करते हैं कि these tools are for some grades, college level 1, 2, 3, etc., etc. So what would be the level? Is it internationally or as per CBSE?
Actually, it depends on the type of material that you are providing. We can provide our own material also and tell them. So, for example, ChatGPT will use some other international material, but if you want to use our, the university syllabus, we can give it to it, give the PDF file, and tell, okay, generate the assignments and Q&A.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, this is right. I'm not talking about ChatGPT. I'm talking about the other tools which can provide us some tests or some forms, some assignments, etc. There will be a drag. We have to select some grades or college level, right? UG
Yes.
level, PG level. Is it internationally prepared for internationally or the uh,
Yeah. The demo I've shown is actually prepared for international, but we can actually, do it for local. See, the reason why I don't want to mention those international tools, because they are not suitable for Indian conditions. But actually I was having interaction with your founder and chairperson, that how we can customize it for Indian conditions. So we will, what I've provided is a simple example of tools developed for certain international universities and schools. So, but they are using it internally, and but for Cardia, if the management is interested, we can have our own material. Our own, say, for example, university syllabus confined, and we will follow as per the standards defined by the board.
Okay, sir. It means we have to select the content carefully. We have to observe the content and we have to match our level. Then we should use the content.
Exactly. You are right, Professor.
Sir, one more my request is please provide the slide. You mentioned some tools which are useful for the teacher educators. No? So it was not clearly visible. So my request to Principal Radhiji, if you can share this slide, only single slide. So
Sure,
Yeah,
sir.
I will
We
discuss
request.
management and review.
thank you very much. Highly
Sure, sir.
obliged.
We will request our today's speaker to provide us the
Only one
presentation
slide.
so that we can share with our participants as well.
Thank you. Highly obliged. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Any more questions from the participant side? It is open question answer session, and if you have any query, you can resolve or even you can type in chat box. Yes, please. I think the lecture delivered by the sir is so enriching and so easy to understand that our participants are not having any queries. So can we proceed with the formal process? Sir, kindly allow us to proceed with the formal process.
Thank you very much, Professor.
After this wonderful and enriching session, I request Principal Ma'am to present vote of thanks to our speaker.
Thank you, Bikram sir. It is my privilege and honor to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks at the conclusion of today's enriching session of International Faculty Development Program. On behalf of the Cordia Group of Educational Institutes, I express my deepest gratitude to Dr. Parameshwar Babu for his insightful and inspiring session. Sir, your vast knowledge, practical perspective, and passion for quality in education have left a lasting impression on all of us. The clarity with which you address key issues in education system and ICT integration and institutional readiness has greatly enhanced our understanding and encouraged us to think more critically and innovatively. We are truly thankful for the time and efforts you dedicated to being with us today. Your contribution has added immense value to our program and has undoubtedly inspired our faculty to strive for higher standards in professional development. I also extend my sincere thanks to our management head academics, and the whole organizing team and all the faculty members who worked diligently to ensure the smooth execution of this event. A special thank you to all the participants for their enthusiastic engagement throughout the session. Once again, thank you, sir, for gracing us with your presence virtually and sharing your expertise with us. Dear participants, we are sharing the feedback link, come attendance sheet with you people here in the chat box as well and on the official WhatsApp group prepared for this purpose. Kindly fill it on time and also mark your attendance there and provide your suggestions for further improvement or on the topic you want such sort of programs in future.
Thank you very much.
The things are very much clear to you, everyone. Kindly open your camera for a while to have a group photo. Dear all, kindly open your cameras for a while to have a group photo. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Even though I know it is Sunday and it is very difficult for all of us to manage our home affairs along with the such sort of programs that we are attending on Sundays. So, thank you so much.
Yeah,
So,
thank you very much, Principal.
Thank you, ma'am.
रजनी मैम संडे तो एवरी संडे वी आर गेटिंग
Thank you, ma'am, so much.
Thank you.
लेक्चर एक ही संडे मिलता है.
Ji sir, I totally understand. But we have received few of the requests that
Yeah.
few of our participants said that, ma'am, we are having sufficient time on Sunday midway to join because during the college hours, the faculties are also busy with some or other task related to the admissions and all it is going on. And all the private organization require like their faculty need to work more focused on in the admissions and other processes during because end term examinations are also going on. So that's why I also keep this Sunday in between. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now you all can leave.